Welcome back to Gen Con 2024 on the Glass Cannon Network. Everybody, it is thrilling to have you here, whether you are in Indianapolis or not. This stream is for you. We are playing a series of games all weekend long, all kinds of new casts, all kinds of new games, new characters, as we continue to explore all that these amazing publishers have to offer who are in Indianapolis with us this weekend. And this one is no exception as we continue, and I believe put a button here on the end of Free League Day. It's Free League Day at Gen Con here for the Glass Cannon Network as we celebrate the amazing games that are published by Free League, a company that I personally feel really gives an amazing variety of choices to gamers and gives us some insights into myself as a Western and American-born gamer just did not have the access to or experience of, and this is no exception. Dragonbane, an incredible game that Swedish kids was their mainstay fantasy game in the 80s, something that we had never heard of is now remastered and brought to us now in the modern era by Free League, and we're so appreciative of that. And so we're going to play a little of that today with this fantastic cast. I'm so excited to see all of you. Some of you I played with earlier today, as you already saw on YouTube, but we're excited to welcome in Mr. Jason Charles Miller. Good buddy.
Huzzah! Hello. I'm getting into character now. I'm bringing back... I'm evoking Sir Quackenspire.
Sir Quackenspire.
So good.
I'll tell you, it was a one-shot session 1 year ago at Gen Con, the first time that Free League put out their Dragonbane box set 1 year ago. We discovered this game and started playing it, and we had an absolute blast playing. There it is.
Don't forget, I won it last year.
You won the box set because I said I would give it to the MVP, and Sir Quackenspire, played by Jason Charles Miller, was the MVP. And will be reprising his role today on this one shot of Dragonbane. Josephine McAdam, how the heck are you? Good to have you back again on another one.
So good. Still a little sick. If it's a little husky in here, that's why.
That's sexy.
Specific character choice happening.
Yeah, I think so.
It's the
Sexy
same
voice
character.
Yes.
But she's been through some changes.
Yes, also reprising her role. We'll talk more about that as we check back in on Blizz, who things are not the same for Blizz. She has gotten stronger as time has passed because there's been, if there's been a year since the last time we played this session, I think it's safe to say the characters have been through a year, if not two, of adventures in the time span in between. And so we're going to see some upgrades to these two, which is great. But we're going to bring in two new characters as well, played by, Mary Lou. Mary Lou. Yay! Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for jumping in. You've never played Dragonbane before this session, is that right?
No, I've never played Dragonbane, but y'all have talked about it and about how much fun it is. And Paula's one of my good friends, and she talks about what a great time she had playing in this one shot last Gen Con.
Yes.
So I was stoked to play this. Also, I just think the name Drakar och Demonar is really cool.
Yes.
Dragons and demons, baby. I don't know.
Dragons and demons. So good. So good. Paula, if you will recall, in our one-shot session last year, her character died. Because this is an extremely deadly game, and the death of that character is the reason Paula was not invited back. So congratulations, Mary Lou, on getting the replacement spot.
I'm scared but intrigued.
Scared but intrigued. It is truly a deadly game, and we'll find out today. Matthew, hey buddy, and you are a new Dragonbane player, correct?
Yes, and I feel like I was sold a bill of goods on this game because I was told it was like standard Free League, but no, it's its own game. It has some Free League flourishes, but it's got its own cool mechanics.
It has that to me, that just brand recognizable Free League like beauty and slickness to its portrayal.
The design.
It's also a uniqueness as well. Even though you can say it's Free League, it's because they make it so unique. The art style, the way the book is laid out, the way the fonts are, the way the menus are, the tables and reference material. It's all so awesome and easy to read, and I just love it. I love the way it's done. And yes, it is. It's very, very, very much so its own game system, separate from what we would consider like the Mutant Year Zero engine. This does not use that engine. It's a totally different combat mechanic, which we will delve into today. So why are we playing Dragonbane? We're playing Dragonbane because they are on the cusp of releasing, or at least here at Gen Con now, they should be releasing a new full-length campaign that is designed to occur after the full campaign that was released with the initial box set. So they're not connected in a way that you have to play one to play the other, or in a way that, I guess I said that. They're each completely solo, but you can roll one into the other. The one that we're going to be playing today is called Path. Is it Path of Glory or Path to Glory? Sorry, I got it mixed up in my head now that I'm live. Path of Glory. Path of Glory is all right, so I'm just going to read from this sheet here because it's amazing the way they lay it out, and I don't want to mess this up. It's just so cool to be a part of something that is old school and has so many years of history, and that's that's what this adventure is. Path of Glory was the first major adventure campaign released for the original Swedish edition of Dragonbane.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. In 3 installments in 1985 into 1986. And this is a new edition, reimagined and updated by Free League and the original author, Roger Undhagen, and it collects the trilogy into one single volume. It is a full-color hardback edition with completely new illustrations by artist David Brusgala and new cover art by Johan Eckergrans. Sorry. The rules are fully updated to the latest edition of Dragonbane, and the book includes a large double-sided map painted by Francesca Barald. So apologies for mispronouncing any of those names, but it is so cool to be like, we're dipping into an adventure, into NPCs, into enemies that were written 4 decades ago and were, developed way back then and were played by Swedish kids in the 80s. And I love that. I think that's so cool. And thank you to Free League for not only putting in the work to reimagine and rebuild this for a new generation, but also for supporting the Glass Cannon Network and helping us out and helping out our trip to Gen Con, making this booth possible. All that stuff is huge. So thank you so much, Free League, for your sponsorship.
Thank you, Free League.
And please support them. If you just go and get this game, you're going to be just helping us out so much as well. And
this just so good.
Support those that support us. Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Free League.
Yeah, so without any further ado,
supporting yourself too, like supporting your gaming experience, like in your bookshelf, like they look so good. It truly does stand out, the Free League stuff. Yeah,
and you can buy can buy this beautiful book for only 768 Swedish krona.
Wow, amazing!
That's a good price.
That was such a big number. I got so scared. I was like, Matt, that's not a good advertisement.
That's the collector's edition of Path of Glory. It's the collector's edition. The regular edition is only 438 krona.
I'm 90% sure. I'm not handling this specifically, but I'm 90% sure that if you just go into the description of this YouTube video or the podcast version, if that's what you're hearing, that you'll see a link to go to make a pre-order on the campaign. So I highly recommend it. What we're going to do is that's what we're playing today. We're playing this campaign. So we're going to go for about 72 consecutive hours in a marathon. No, we are going to just tease a little bit of the beginning, a little bit of what it might look like. And it's going to be changed a little bit to fit it into, like a 2-hour session here with us and get us right into some action. But you're going to be seeing some of the setting of what you have in store for you for this massive and awesome long-term 3-volume campaign that you can pick up from Free League. So with no further ado, let's get underway because we got a long way to go, many miles to go before we sleep. But like we said before, we're bringing back some favorites in Sir Quackenspire and Blizz and introducing a couple new characters. So let's meet them as we open up in... Oh, by the way, it's 85, 86, man. This is classic fantasy. Everything about this, it spills over with classic fantasy vibes. It makes me so nostalgic for the old days of gaming, the themes, the settings, the creatures. It's all just classic. And I love that. I think that new stuff is great. It's fun to play with the new stuff, but it's also great to go back and remember what it was like playing when we were kids. And I think that's what's going to happen here as we open, of course, in a tavern. You got to.
Yeah.
You got to. We kick it all off in a sort of smoky, dingy tavern that, despite its kind of the darkness and the kind of dim torch lights that are coming through, or maybe there's some sunlight that's eking through like greased windows. There is a sense of joviality. There's a sense of happiness, of friendliness emanating throughout the tavern as musicians play and people laugh and drink and make merry. And that is where we come in to start this particular adventure. And we focus in on a well-armed, well-armored mallard. Another key thing in the universe of Dragonbane is that playable kin, one of the playable kin is a mallard. This one is known as Sir Quackenspire. Next to him sits a human, a merchant, known as Blizz. Plenty of interesting skills on Blizz, which we'll learn more about, but there's two other figures at the table. Why don't you introduce yourself, Matthew? Tell us who what this character looks like and who they are.
So you see a tall figure. He is shirtless, but wearing leather pants and a leather blacksmith's apron.
Oh.
But he's an anthropomorphic wolf. He's a wolfkin.
Wolfkin? Nice.
And he's got a thin and wiry frame and a weathered face. He's seen some things. And he has a glorious, glorious pompadour, like swept back over the top of his head.
What?
And his name is Moonglow Macintosh.
Moonglow
Macintosh.
Macintosh.
Moonglow Macintosh. Okay, writing that down.
Love him.
Love him already. So a bare-chested wolfkin with leather pants and a blacksmith's apron.
Yeah, his chest is mostly covered by the apron, but you can see the muscle.
Looking
like
every bit of smithy. And then what about next to him? There's another character here. Mary Lou, describe what we see. What do we see?
You see a hooded figure. Small, but dark. And he furtively looks around, then throws his hood back. And you see a mallard, but a very old and weathered, aged mallard. Perhaps, not your average green, flamboyant mallard, right? This is one of those weird-ass ducks, like the ones that live in the Echo Park Lake where I live. They're black. They're black and white, like speckled white, and then they got these weird, like red warty stuff by their little ducky beaks. And he's mostly black, but flecked with white, and then he's got this feathery beard all around his big beak that has this red wattling. So he's old. He's an old, hunching man.
Feather beard? This is wild to me.
And he's got a big staff. Yeah. So you can guess that this old bearded, staffed duck
is
a mage.
Bestaffed.
Bestaffed duck. And you may know him as Belfester the Bold, Belfester the Blade, or Belfester the Fiddling. But he is Belfester the Fire Mage.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Belfester the Blade.
He's Belfester. Yeah.
I love it.
Belfester the Bold.
Now, for
Once
those
again,
that didn't happen to see the one-shot of Dragonbane we did last year at Gen Con, sorry, you missed out. It was dope. Blizz, describe what we see. And also, time has passed.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe some things have changed with Blizz. What do we see with Blizz?
Yeah. Blizz, she's very, very pale. Snow pale, you might say. She's got... still has the rosiness in her cheeks, but she's a little more worn, right? Like she's got these red lips. She's got a signature red lip she always wears. She's perfect black bob and blue piercing eyes, but there's like now a scar going down that left eye.
Oh, man.
And she's dressed in reds and blues and golds, right? Am I getting that right?
Yes.
Yeah. And she's human. We should also say
she's human. She's human. The sole human here, as in our first adventure as well.
Yep. Max limit of 1 human in a Dragonbane game. You can't have any.
Absolutely.
People get nervous when 2 or more humans get together in the world of Dragonbane because, by the way, this is from the lore. Humans are pretty much responsible for the downfall and destruction of so many of the original kin, the Wolfkin and the Mallards and everything. They're only finally now coming back. Yeah.
Yeah. And
can't imagine where that came from.
Yeah.
She is bedecked in like some pretty fine jewels. Like there's a big amulet hanging around her neck. There are some like big chunky rings, like signet rings and whatever treasures she has collected on her hands. And she sits back with like her feet on the table and like her arms like she owns the place. I mean, that has not changed, but it feels more like it is collective and like we own the place. Like me and my crew here like have this attitude.
Awesome. And then also, for those that did not see last year, please, Jason Charles Miller, give us an introduction to Sir Quackenspire. What does he look like right now?
Well, what you see is the most fine, full-plate armor that a mallard has ever worn in the history of mallards. Gone are his cheap chainmail barely hanging on. You have seen he has gone through many adventures since we have seen him last. And his presentation, of course, is what he gives the most value to be the most glorious knight in any room, in any realm, for that matter, but always at the ready. He never takes his armor off or anything. He's inside. He's just completely ready for any action at any time. Always eyes darting around looking for foes.
Amazing. So, as part of this Gen Con, I'm going to come back to that in a second. As part of this Gen Con experience, we play a lot of different games in a very short amount of time. And so it's fun to kind of like throw stuff together. You never know what's really going to happen. But as a result, some things are not quite as well prepared as they normally are. And in this case, Matthew and Mary Lou threw characters together without me. And I didn't really have any part in this. So I'm just learning about these characters too. And I'm curious about something that I didn't... that we hadn't discussed before, which is weaknesses.
Oh, yes.
Did either of you roll for your weaknesses? Okay.
I did.
All right. So do you want to tell us what they are, or do you want to have them come out and role play? It's up to you two, however you want to do it.
I'll tell you that Belfester sits a little, broodingly. Mallards are known to have quick tempers, but you might notice a little sparkle in his eye when he looks at Blizz's jewelry. That is quite gorgeous. May I inspect this ring on your hand? What a fine ruby, and perhaps his feathered hands linger a tad too long on that large ruby pendant you have. Oh, it's just gorgeous.
Okay, starting to sniff out something there for sure. And then what about Moonglow Macintosh?
Moonglow is...
Ooh, what? That's your voice?
That's his voice.
Whoa, sexy!
Oh, dude, sexy Wolfkin voice, bro.
It's gonna come out
These
of this.
are 4 of the sexiest characters I've ever seen.
Yes.
You may want to hold off on that descriptor for
Yes.
We'll see.
Moonglow's weakness is attractive. No, it's not. It's no. He's sitting. He's kind of arranged his long limbs I imagine we're in a booth at the tavern. Kind of like he's laying back in the booth and he's like, I could use another drink. Anyone want to get a drink for me? Anyone mind? Do you mind? Okay.
Is he lazy?
Is he lazy or something?
He's slothful.
That's great.
Moonglow, what have I told you? I thought I preach discipline to you.
I'm extremely
you never change.
I'm extremely disciplined, Sir Quackenspire. I'm extremely disciplined in my efforts not to do as much work as possible.
Oh my god.
When you're old, like me, you will cherish these days that you could have gotten up to the bar and gotten a beer.
Oh. I don't remember Sir Quackenspire's.
Okay, Boomer.
My weakness is that I am a child of the wild. I never sleep indoors. So
that's right.
And now that we have acquired wealth to check into the most luxurious hotels possible in the realm, I rent a room. And then I must sleep outside. Usually in the fountain in front of the hotel. I just settle in there, fully in my armor, just fall asleep.
Well, there is currently no room at the inn, as they say. You are at the Hungry Hobgoblin, and the place is pretty full, which comes as a surprise to you guys. You recently arrived here, thinking that you could get some food and a place to sleep. And while you have eaten and perhaps had a few drinks, you found out that there's an awful lot of people here, much more than you expected. The room is packed. What were you going to say, Josephine?
I was just going to say, do they know who we are?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. As Sir Quackenspire is sort of scanning the room and always wanting to be the most noble knight in the room, you see what appears to be a young human in the telltale garb of a knight. This person locks eyes with you, Sir Quackenspire, and starts to walk up to the table, slips off of a bar stool, and grabs what looks like a dented iron helm, puts it under their arm, and begins to walk toward you. At their belt is it's an arming sword that is sheathed, and you see a tattered surcoat that is laying over a set of worn mail. The surcoat has rips and holes in it, and it has a crest emblazoned on it. It is like a checkered red crest emblazoned on it with no animals, no symbols, just the crest of checkered red and white squares on this kite shield sort of shape on the surcoat. And as they approach closer, you see that it appears to be a young woman, maybe 17 years old. And she steps up to the table, looking at you, and says, "Excuse me, are you Sir Quackenspire?"
And he settles himself up and says, "Yes, of course I am. I see you've recognized me."
It is, and she bows her head. She has this sort of reddish hair that is cut into a bowl cut, like a real sharp bowl cut, and the sides of her head are all shaved. And she just says, "It is an honor to meet you, Sir Quackenspire. A great honor indeed. I seek the aid of an honorable knight, such as yourself."
I accept. I cannot turn down a request for a knight. That is another weakness that I have not rolled for yet. I role play. Whatever your quest is, I accept it. Now, what may it be?
Mungo just lets his face collapse on the table.
Sir Quackenspire, this may be beneath you. Come on now. I told you, value yourself higher.
No person in need is beneath me. Or any knight. You know this.
That is wonderful to hear. If I may, and she reaches over and seems to find like a chair, a wooden chair that someone has like stepped away from for a moment. She just kind of like grabs this chair and slides it over.
You can stand.
And she sits down at the edge of your booth.
Oh my God.
She says, oh, may I sit?
Tell us of your plight and your name, fellow knight.
My name is Lionette, and to be honest with you, Sir Quackenspire, I have been here for several days, and she's looking around a little like dodgy, slowly running out of the last of my coin reserves. I'm trying to find someone to help me on my quest, but no one will help. I've come to retrieve an heirloom, a ring that is rumored to have been buried with my grandfather somewhere here in the dead forest. My mother's father was a knight, like you, Sir Quackenspire. He died in the dead forest before I was born, and I believe him to be buried somewhere to the west of here.
And I would like to look at Lionette. Am I to assume she's actually wearing the raiment of her father, since she's only 17?
Yes, you would assume that she is wearing some handed down. It doesn't fit her very well, and it's worn and old. And she says, "I've been asking for help, but in these lands they're too dangerous to travel alone. I cannot do it myself, and I fear that the fate of my brother might fall upon me. My brother, Tomas, he came here years ago, 2 years ago, and has never returned or been heard from again. Well, I made a vow to my mother that I would find this gift, that I would bring it to her before she passes. She is sickly as well, but... Sir, though I am loath to admit it, I have nothing to pay you. I beg upon your honor as a knight to help me recover this ring. If it's even possible.
If it's an ancient knight's ring, surely it is valuable. And if we're speaking about compensation, I'm so sorry, we do not work without compensation. But
this is our job.
Perhaps this ring could be traded.
The ring is very important to my family. It is the only reason I come. Should there be any other treasure of sorts along the way, you may keep all of it. I seek none for myself, simply this ring. I do not know it to be of great power or magical at all. It is of sentimental value. I don't think you will find it very valuable.
So you give up your share of treasure?
I'm sorry, what?
You give up your share of treasure?
Yes. All I ask is enough coin to eat and to have a place to stay, if possible. But other than that, all of it can go to you. I admit I come to you begging for help, please.
Yes, empty-handed. What if you become our squire as well?
Yes. It would be an honor, Sir Quackenspire. And she sits up in her chair. It would be an honor to squire for you, sir.
Well, there is a rather extensive application process, but I will allow you to accompany us. And Blizz, yes, this is our job, but it is also a calling. And as you know, where there are treasure troves, where a heirloom of a ring that was stolen, there must be other things that were stolen as well.
Yeah.
So it is worth it.
Yes. Very good. I'm going to throw my bag to Lionette and Squire, hold my bag. Show us the way.
Indeed. And she reaches out to the table where she set down her iron helm, and she just grabs it with one hand and puts it on. It's like one of those nasal helms, old school helms. It comes down over her head, and it's
Norman.
Yeah, Norman helmet. It sort of doesn't fit right. It's loose on her head. And she's like, we could leave at once. This way. And she stands up and walks out of the tavern. And we can cut to you guys on the road to the west. So we're entering an area known that you would have done some research on, known as the Dead Forest. So go ahead and give me a roll for myths and legends. And we'll see what you guys come up with, what you may already know about this place.
Myths and legends.
Myths and legends.
I got a dragon.
You got a dragon? You started off with a crit?
Yeah, got a one.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, there's no way I'm getting this. I just kind of because I only have a 5.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've got a pretty good one. I've got a 12, but I rolled super high. Not a demon.
Yeah, so in this game, your skill is set to a number between typically 1 and 18, or usually it's like 4 and 18, something like that. And the goal is to roll under with a d20 to roll under your skill, and that is equal to or under your skill, and that is considered a success. A natural 1 on the die is called a dragon, and is a critical success. Okay, so the Dead Forest, what you do know about it, it is shrouded in much mystery, but it is considered or you do believe that this land became called the Dead Forest and became so dangerous and twisted and corrupted long ago from as the result of a demonic lordship over these lands. There was either a human that was in the service of a demon or a demon themselves that had taken control of this place. This is hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and had corrupted the land and ruined the lives of many of those that live here. And it has never fully found its way back. As you leave the inn and start walking along the roadway, you also, with a critical success, may know that legend does tell of a great knight who was buried here in some what would you call like a mausoleum or sanctuary, some place here that you have heard of, that you've heard about, could potentially be the resting place of this young girl's grandfather. And if that is the case, if the two are one, it's very possible that this is loaded with treasure, not just like a little bit. If this beat up looking girl's grandfather is this famous knight, this could be a big deal.
I'm sorry, Joe, to interrupt, but could you pronounce that word again? What would this knight be buried in?
A mausoleum?
Yes. And then what is a place one goes to where they hang art and they have art and sculpture for people to view?
A museum?
What?
He covered it there a little
He's onto
bit.
something, though. He's onto something. Say it again. Repeat those 2 words. First one, the one where you bury people.
Mausoleum and museum.
Those words should rhyme, Joe. Those words should rhyme.
Really? Mausoleum and museum.
Museum.
They should... Mausoleum and museum.
So ridiculous.
Museum.
This is a long-standing thing.
Okay, Matt.
Okay, I see.
love that
Honestly,
you
they
said
make
this.
fun of me for it, and I still don't know like the right way to pronounce it. I feel like I'm saying it right.
It's insane.
But that's
to
a
me.
good way to put it. Mausoleum and museum. That's
People say museum.
Got it.
Why do people say museum?
Museum. I say
Well,
museum.
maybe it's like some like secret French coming out, because in French it's musée.
That could be
See,
it.
that's probably what it is.
Secret French.
It could be, but Joe is
my
from
French
Philadelphia.
culture coming out. Yeah, but Joe is from Philadelphia.
He could be of French descent.
Yeah, Joe
All my friends from
O'Brien.
Boston.
Yeah, Joe O'Brien is definitely. Oh, God.
Joseph
On your
Patrick
mother's
O'Brien.
side.
Oh my God!
That's what it
So we had a blast. The week before Gen Con aired a part of our Pendragon game, and in that game we were set upon by. This is Arthurian role playing, and we were knights, and we were set upon by some Irish thieves. And man, did I have a good time raiding the Irish thieves! You Irish dogs! You Irish scum! It was great.
Joe, how do you pronounce the little wax sticks that children color paper with?
Crowns. Josephine.
Yeah. No,
Jason Charles Miller.
you're irredeemable. Crowns?
Irredeemable.
You're
Maybe
irredeemable.
put those on your head.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I did a lot of training in this realm in college with my accent for good reason, and I got rid of wooder, so I always said wooder, and so I got rid of that, and I naturally say water these days, but I've never got rid of crown. I mean, crown is just so innate. I can't crown.
Absolutely atrocious.
Okay.
I'm
glad we
derail us,
addressed
but
this.
that was just too.
Sorry. Yeah. Well, now the adventure's a little bit shorter, folks.
Right,
Thanks
I
to
know.
you. So
Well, that was a combat.
that was a comment.
Yeah, the round of combat.
Okay. You begin walking down this road. Now, when I say corrupted, it's not as if the land is all dark and gloomy and destroyed. Like, that's not what it's like. It has grown back over the hundreds of years, but it is not very inhabited. There are, that there are dangers here. You don't know the details of what they are, but maybe perhaps this knight has heard a lot of rumors, and that could have led to her being fearful to even go out here herself, particularly the fact that her brother already tried this and disappeared a couple of years ago. So as you're moving along the road to the west, you come to a juncture. There is the road forks to the south and to the north as you're going west. And she sort of stops and is like, I was told it was to the west, but I don't know which way.
Wait.
Yes?
I've been waiting for a juncture. I know that this is so silly.
You've been waiting for a juncture?
I've been waiting.
Okay.
I specifically have a skill for this.
Okay.
I feel like as we were walking, I put like an arm around Belthester. And I'm like, I've seen you eyeing my little trinkets. I know.
I do not know to which you refer.
It's okay. I have that same eye. And if this girl's grandfather is who I think it is, there is so much waiting for us. I'm telling you, Belthester, about to be Belthester the rich, Belthester the too much to carry.
The brilliant.
Yeah.
I sparkle with all my jewels.
Yes.
I like the sound of that.
I would like to use, I'm going to use 3 willpower points to activate Treasure Hunter. At a crossroads of some kind, you can activate this ability to learn the direction of the greatest treasures.
Wow. That is an amazing ability.
That's so
like
sick.
I can
At
sniff
a
it.
crossroads,
Yes.
you can sniff the one that has the most treasure. That's so cool.
That's why I was like, wait, did you say juncture?
So convenient for this adventure.
Yeah. Yes, that indeed, very convenient. Okay.
For the record, I'd like to make a case for Belthester the Bedazzled.
Belfester,
right.
the bedazzled.
Yes. That's the merchant like starting talent.
That's so interesting.
That's a sick talent.
That is a sick talent. Okay, so your senses tell you to turn to the north. The path to the north will result in greater treasure. However, there's a little tingle. Some valuable stuff to the south, too. But the greatest treasure is to the north.
Okay.
We've got a whole campaign, so we can do both.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got a whole... We're going to be here for 72 straight hours. It's funny, at that moment, you hear a rustling in the leaves off the road, in the bushes and leaves off the road. And suddenly, all of you feel the presence of a creature that is coming down upon you. Slowly, not alarmingly fast. However, one moment you were alone, and now you start hearing the walking through brush of some kind. Emerging from the foliage, you see a centaur, a creature, half man, half horse, that steps through from these woods and pokes out just enough to see all of you. This centaur is wearing how to describe it? Kind of like it's kind of like a leather vest, armor exposing his like ripped bare arms. He has a receding hairline, but long black hair that goes all the way down and meets with the mane of the horse. And his hair is tied in like a ponytail kind of. He has huge like mutton chop beard on his face and a longbow in his left hand, unknocked. And he steps from these woods and gives you this like penetrating look through all 4 of you. And he just says, "This path is trod only by those who seek death. Who are you?"
We are the Death Seekers, my friend.
Oh, how appropriate. What are you doing on this road? What do you seek?
Well, we are actually on a quite a noble quest. You see, my squire here has an ancestor that has an heirloom that must be recovered, and therefore we are journeying to his final resting place to then recover the stolen item.
And he looks across at the girl, at Lionette, and there's some recognition in his eyes. And he's like, that crest on your coat, I've seen it before. There is a barrow to the north. This may be the resting place of your relative, but I urge you to take caution. That place is haunted.
And I turn to Blizz and I go, you see, Blizz, honesty is the best policy.
Yes. Well, we've dealt with ghosts before. A few spirits don't scare us.
Continue north.
Perhaps you could give us a few more details about this supposed haunting.
I shall not. I know no more than that.
Could you maybe give us a ride?
Yes, I'm sure that we could all fit, but some of us are small.
Maybe you have a cart or something, I don't know.
I'm surprised at your lack of respect. I would not take such an attitude to those you meet along the road. Not all will be as forgiving as I. And he starts to turn back into the woods, these big hooves turning around to walk away.
That was a good try, Moonglow.
I'm sorry, was that a faux pas?
And he vanishes into the underbrush, but he has told you there is a barrow to the north, and he has seen this symbol before, perhaps. And and Lionette's like, that's it. That must be it. Let's go to the north. As her helm is getting into her eye, she moves the nose thing over. And starts moving north.
Yes. I suppose I should keep an eye out. Unless she triggers some trap ahead of us. I'll walk with the child.
Okay. So you start walking behind, and Blizz, there's just a nagging feeling in the back of your head, like you're making a little treasure to-do list. It's like, do not forget the path to the south. Something of value is there. Something I may need.
I'll never forget that.
You continue to the north until you come to what looks like a river and a crossing. This babbling river cuts across the path, but there is a wooden bridge that has been built over it. It crosses over, and then the path continues on as normal. As you get closer up to the edge of the bridge.
Scouting a bit, scoping out stuff?
Yeah. Would that be awareness? Is that on the sheet there? I think
awareness is
right?
one of my top stataroonies.
One of your top stataroonies? Okay, great. Yeah. Give me an awareness roll as you're approaching.
Okay. Got a 9, so that's under my awareness.
Which is
a regular success. My awareness is 16.
Wow. Whoa. Yeah. Amazing.
Nice.
You're quite aware. Right.
Yes.
9 under 16. As you're approaching the bridge, you, Blizz, notice something. Lionette seems to be oblivious to this. But let's say you're still 70 or 80 meters from the bridge. So you're still a good hike away when you see off to the side of the bridge, you notice just peeking out through some bushes what looks like a metal spike that seems out of place because it's in the foliage. Yeah. And then when you see when you stop and look a little bit closer, actually give me a spot hidden.
Spot
hidden roll.
Oh, that's also 16.
Wow.
Yeah, those are
you are extremely observant.
Those are my 2 top stats.
Awareness and spot hidden. That's pretty
awesome.
good.
Okay, yeah. 11 under 16.
As you stop and maybe you hold up Lionette to look.
Yeah, I stop her by the helmet.
You notice that this metal point seems to be bolted into a horn of some kind, and then the horn kind of disappears into the foliage. So it looks like the horn, like a drinking horn or a horn that, like a blowhorn, but at the edge of it is some metal, and it's sticking up, and it's like a good 7 or 8 feet off the ground from what you can tell. You're pretty far away, but from this perspective, it's up in the air.
I put a fist up to get everyone behind me to stop. I do the little eyes point, spiky horns, all that symbology that we have set up over a year or two.
Of course.
Our shorthand.
We're experienced adventurers together.
Oh, it's the metal horn signal. I know this one.
Moonlow rolls his eyes really hard and then comes to, and aggrieved comes to a stop.
Slothful.
I'm going to kind of bring us all back together and kind of maybe move to the side for a second to just talk about how we want to approach this.
Okay.
There is something ahead, I'm sure that you see, now that I've pointed it out. But whether we think it is a foe or not, well, we could always stab first and ask questions later. Isn't that right, Moonglow?
The stopping and then the starting and then the stopping and the starting. It's so much effort.
Don't forget the centaur helped us. Perhaps this is another helpful creature of the forest. The dead forest that is completely haunted, I'm sure.
With horns tipped in metal. Why would you tip your horns in metal unless you wanted to stab somebody with them?
Perhaps they're ornamental.
This land is corrupted,
I do like ornaments.
Maybe they can give us a ride.
Ah, yes. Subdue them. Yes, make them submit. They will learn of our power.
I could throw a fireball at it just to see what happens.
Either way, Lionette, you're too useful right now. Make sure you don't go out there and get stabbed. Stay behind us, will you?
Okay. Well, what do you think it is? What do you think it could be?
I don't know. Beast lore? Is this something where beast lore would come in?
Ooh, yeah.
Sure. Give me a beast lore roll. You've seen very, very little, if it is a creature at all, but give me a beast lore, maybe on the horn.
Spike?
Yeah, identifying the horn.
If this were a roll,
I rolled a dragon, baby.
Oh,
rolled a dragon, baby.
I rolled
I succeeded, but do the dragon. Do the dragon.
1 under 12.
Have you heard of something like this before?
Perhaps a minotaur. Or
what did you say?
Did I guess it? A minotaur?
You have heard that sometimes culturally among minotaurs, it is common to put metal spikes onto your horns. Holy shit.
Are you serious?
I just saw the dragon in real life.
Wow.
Yes. My gosh.
No, I know this from my grimoires and tomes. Minotaurs often decorate their horns with metal spikes. That is 7 or 8 feet up in the air. That's the average height of a minotaur. And do I know those are often bad, right? Those are bad
aggro,
guys.
or?
Minotaurs are aggro, or are they friends like centaurs?
Well, you crit it.
They're
so
both
I would say you never know. Every minotaur is an individual, that can make their own choices. They're not mindless monsters, but they do speak. They have language. You have no idea what. Well, I wouldn't say you have no idea what their motivations are. I would say with your crit, you know that they are generally warlike. Like they thrive on battle. They love battle.
Minotaurs are
but
warlike,
they're not unreasonable per se.
And this one is hiding in ambush. I don't have a great sneaking suspicion about this one. Let me throw a fireball at it.
Wait.
Roasted minotaur for dinner? That's very
I do love beef.
I guess I can do a little sneaking and I can sneak up on it and just see what's wrong.
Yes, why don't you do that? We'll just be on standby in case something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we ready actions? Is that something we can do in Dragonbane?
Nope, shut up. All right, go ahead and do your sneaking. No, you've told me what you prepare to do. You still have to draw initiative. That is what it is. Now, there is a surprise. But I think surprise is a little bit more of a...
Yeah, if you sneak, but I'm not good
sneak attack.
I'm not good at sneaking. I'm going to stay back and let our sneaky wolfkin do that.
You know what? I'm going to do a sneak attack. Like, if this guy, if he turns out he's peaceful, maybe I can, because it's actually separate rolls. So sneak attack, I first do a sneaking roll, and I get close enough, and then if I fail, the enemy notices me and we draw initiative.
Sir Quackenspire's upset.
I'm going to pretend that Sir Quackenspire didn't hear that. Because that is not an honorable move of a knight.
And he draws a long knife. He's like, oh God. He's like Paul Rudd in that scene in Wet Hot American Summer where he has to clean up his tray in the cafeteria. He's like, oh.
All right, now hold on a second. Let's get this perspective right. I said 80 or 90 meters away, which is really far. Yeah.
That's far.
Mm-hmm. If you go up there, you're going up there alone, unless somebody is sneaking with you. Right. And Sir Quackenspire is going to take a Bane on all sneaking rolls. Is that right, Sir Quackenspire, based on your armor? A Bane is similar to disadvantage in 5e. You would roll twice and take the worst result.
I also have a Bane on sneaking. I'm not sneaky.
Yeah, so you can sneak if you want and get information, or you can sneak if you want and open an attack, but you would be far away from your allies.
Yeah, that's no good.
Why don't we perhaps pretend as if we did not see them and approach casually, and then perhaps you can air off the road and sneak from a little closer. My magic doesn't move that far anyway.
Yeah, Moonglow can stick to the shadows as we approach as if we had meant to. Maybe we'll go a little bit slower.
Yeah, so that sounds good. I'll sneak, but I won't sneak attack. I'll sneak and I'll stay in the woods or on the edge of the tree line.
Okay, so Moonglow Macintosh is going to work his way through the woods silently while the rest of you come straight down the middle of the road. So go ahead and give yourself a boon on this sneaking roll, because there is a baked-in distraction that's happening here. If this is indeed a Minotaur, it may be watching what's on the road more closely and not paying attention to all sounds and sights.
Tra-la-la, we are wanderers on the road.
Wait, what do I do? Where do I stand?
Just stay behind us.
And she's like shaking, and she grabs the pommel of her sword, like as if she's about to draw it.
I don't want to drag the dead body around.
So Quackenspire, should I draw my blade?
No, do not draw your blade. Do not draw your blade just yet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Be aware, be weary, and be ready. But do not draw your blade. We do not know the intention just yet of the Minotaur.
We are just merchants. Merchants on the road, after all.
You are, in fact, a merchant by the book. Mm-hmm. That is provable. Mm-hmm. You could show him your character sheet.
Yep.
All right, so you guys approach up the middle of the road and start walking toward the bridge. Give me that stealth roll.
With that boon, I rolled a demon and a 4 under 12.
Wow.
God.
Oh, that was huge. Okay, that was huge. Well, I'll tell you this. I could have given him a bane, I feel like, instead of giving you a boon, but I gave you the boon. So I just did one roll. For him, it is an opposed roll against awareness. I did the roll, and I rolled a demon.
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 20, which is a demon, the worst possible roll. All right, so as you guys approach the bridge, all of a sudden, just as you expect, like bursting out from the brush right in front of the bridge is this huge Minotaur with these big long horns that come out laterally for a little bit and then curve up into the air. They are tipped with these iron spikes that are bolted into the top of the horns. It has a big iron ring right in its nose parts. Yeah. And it is wielding this enormous great axe that is looks freshly sharpened and profoundly dangerous. And this thing just jumps out to the road in front of you and says, "Oi, you there, not another step." And in that same moment, from the other side of the road, bursting out of the bushes is another Minotaur. This one a little bit heavier, a little chunkier. This one has like an iron spiked ball in an eye socket instead of an eye. Horns that are not tipped in iron, but that are so curvy and twisted around, might be a little bit more difficult to tip it in iron because it kind of curves back in almost towards his head. This one steps out and it waddles its big nude belly out in front over these like fur skirts that it's wearing, and it says, "Not another step." The first one says, "Crossing the bridge is not free. You have to pay. Yes, 1 coin each. 1 coin each to cross the bridge." The other one says, "And don't even think about arguing with me. I'm not in the mood." He's not in the mood. He woke up angry today.
Oh, we got a comedy duo over here. Okay.
Are they brothers, do you think? Do they have like the Smothers brothers
Is
of
there
Minotaurs?
a family resemblance?
There is a family resemblance, I will say.
Interesting.
1 coin each. Also, I would like to really point out that, like, hopefully Lionette is behind us because I can't trust her to have reacted this way, but I hope that we are all just calm and collected, not surprised whatsoever by their stepping out, and I just want to look the most unimpressed that we can as we look in their direction. I'm sorry, is this a threat of some kind? Are you trying to...
Oh, you know it is. This is the iron-tipped one. Look at this one, Grum. Look at this one. He looks like a knight, doesn't he? Yes, he looks like he wants to fight, doesn't he? Too much honor to pass by or to pass over a coin, huh? Come on, let's fight, knight. Let's make it happen. The other one says, "Yes, I think you're right, Grim. He wants to fight. I see it in his mallard eyes." And they're like they're increasing, their size in a way, their stature over you as their muscles are tensing. They're grabbing these great axes. "Pass over the coin. We won't wait another moment."
What do you say, Sir Quackenspire? Are you just ultimately brimming to fight here, or should we just pay the coin?
They say discretion is the better part of valor. If it is one merely coin, they did not say which type of coin. I say we give them the least valuable coins we have.
Indeed.
That's 1 coin each. 1 coin each, not 1 coin total, just to be clear.
That's
okay,
fine.
yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 coin. I'll reach into a
Actually
pouch.
5 because of our squire.
No,
I mean,
count 1,
oh,
2,
right.
3,
Yes, of
3,
course.
4.
Wait till
Which
they
ones goes?
Wait. Where? There's another. Where?
No.
Don't say anymore. There's
we
another
lost
one.
one.
There's another one. They're trying to They're trying to trick us.
No. Sir Quackenspire has seen much battle, got hit on the head.
Yes.
I am not in the mood for tricks.
We lost
no
a friend
tricks
in the
here.
swamp earlier, that's all.
All right. They are enraged at your deceit, and essentially I will need a persuade roll in order for them to not attack you. So who would like to do a persuade?
Who is... I have 12. Who's... okay.
I have 16.
Oh,
I have a
go
5.
for it.
All right, Quackenspire,
You
what do you say?
persuade
This
them.
somebody slipped. It might have even been you. That
Right.
there might be a hidden person here, and you might be playing tricks on them. How do you want to get out of this?
I'm a knight. I could never trick you. As my compatriot said, I have been hit on the head many times in my career as a knight, and I forgot. I was in denial that we lost a companion in the swamp earlier.
It's true, there are only 4 of us
But
on the road.
I did roll a 17 over a 16. Therefore, I have been caught in my lie, and I know it!
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh,
so you can push the roll if you'd like. You have such a high skill there, but you will take a condition for doing so, which will give you a bane on all of your charisma-based rolls going forward here until you get proper rest. Is that something you want to do, or do you want to just see where this takes the story?
Before I do that, can I size them up, knowing the skill that I've had in my career as a knight? Do I think I can take them? Do I think we can take them? Especially knowing that Moonglow is hidden in the forest, ready to try a sneak attack.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know.
Then I will push it. I will push it because I know.
Your characters have been leveled up. They're kind of powerful. These Minotaurs are very powerful. Yeah. But they do have one particular stat which makes me think they might be beatable. So I don't know. Also, there's always the chance that you don't have to kill them in order to get rid of them in a combat. Right. It's possible. So I'm just being honest with you. I don't know.
I love that.
Though I would also be honest with you and say that I know, looking at their stats, generally what I know about the game, which is not that much, they could kill one of you with a single swing if they rolled well. So it's... but not Sir Quackenspire probably, but maybe the mage? I don't know.
Hey, now. Whoa.
Then on behalf of our survival, I shall push.
Okay.
And so that's another roll.
So you just roll again. You got to get 16 or less. I mean,
and you'll be disheartened. It makes sense, Sir Quackenspire, to be disheartened by lying.
No, you didn't.
What
is it?
No. Oh my God, it's a demon. It's a demon.
It's a natural 20. Oh my God, lawyers and thieves. And then Grim turns.
To find out.
He says, I wanted to fight him the first moment I saw him with all his fancy armor. Means nothing to me. You know what it means, Grum? It means more glory. More glory for us as we hang his armor set in our home. Yes, more glory for us. We get glory! They scream and charge at you. Right after a break, we're going to pull initiative. We're going to take a break, and then we're pulling initiative cards. And I don't know if you want to run maybe, or just die. And we'll do new characters for the last hour. We'll find out. Stick around, buddy. Everybody, we'll be right back.
Running takes so much effort.
It is time for initiative, baby! Yeah! We are back with Dragonbane on the Glass Cannon Network, Gen Con 2024. Thank you again to Free League for sponsoring the whole day here for us at Gen Con. It's awesome to get to work with Free League. I hope you enjoyed. If you missed it, we've already played some Alien RPG. We played The One Ring, the exciting new book Moria past the doors of Doran or something like that. I think it's called. I have it right here. What is it called? The One Ring Moria through the doors of Doran. So gorgeous. But now we are in the midst of our Dragonbane game, and these guys had every chance to persuade these guys with a 16 in persuasion.
Oh my god!
And then Jason Charles Miller, Sir Quackenspire, rolls a natty 17 failure, pushes the roll, and rolls a natural 20, a demon, which is bad in Dragonbane, and triggered the attack. The Minotaurs scream, "We get glory!" as they realize this will be a powerful win to put on their resume against this heavily armed knight. So we shall begin combat, actually not withdrawing initiative, because while we were on break, Matthew decided to get tricksy with me and his wolfkin. Now this, Moonglow Macintosh is currently hidden in the bushes. While the Minotaurs may be aware that someone might be around, they have no exact details. And so we're going to see if Moonglow can make his move. So what we decided is to let him roll sneak, to jump into this fight with a sneak attack and get, what is your ability called?
Well, I have two abilities. One is called Assassin, and the other is called Backstabbing.
Okay, well, the Assassin one is where you pick your initiative. Is that it?
No, picking initiative just comes from sneak attacking, which is just a thing you can do. It's a thing you have to. Basically, the way it works, you sneak up on the enemy. You take a Bane to get close. If you need to get within 2 meters, which you will, because I'm using a knife. So I take a Bane on that roll. If I succeed, then my attack counts as surprising, which allows me.
And you can choose
my initiative. And there's other stuff that happens, but
let's do it. So roll sneak with a Bane. So you're going to roll 2 die and take the worst result and see if you can succeed. No way!
I rolled a 6. But then I also rolled a 13. Under 14.
Oh! Yeah! Huge! All right, which initiative would you like, Matthew?
I'll take the first initiative.
Pick a card, any card. Okay, so I'm going to pull this one out of the deck. That is a 1. So Matthew is going to get a 1, and since we're remote this time, I'm going to have to do this here and just let you guys know what your numbers are. And now, we will draw initiative. Josephine, Blizz is going to be at initiative 5.
Okay.
Sir Quackenspire, you will be at initiative 8. And whatchamacallit? What's her name? Lionette.
Belfester? Oh, no, Lionette.
Belfester the Bold will be at initiative 2.
Oh!
Huge.
Okay.
And then I will pull for Lionette, who pulled initiative 3. Amazing. You guys are going to get kind of a jump here. I guess while they're like screaming and cheering up in the air. And then there are 2 initiatives here, 1 for Grim and 1 for Grum.
That we don't get to know?
You do get to know. They both go before Sir Quackenspire. I pulled 4 and 6. So on either side of that 5.
So I'm standing there resolute and convinced that I have successfully parlayed with them, not realizing that I rolled a demon.
Yes. And so they raise these great axes into the air. We got glory! Blah, blah. And Moonglow gets the jump. What do you do?
Okay, I'm going to activate my Assassin heroic ability and my Backstabbing heroic ability.
Oh my god.
So the Backstabbing ability actually makes my other attacks sneak attacks, but what it does do is add another damage dice. So I'm just going to spend the willpower points. They can be combined, so I spend 6 willpower points.
How many willpower points do you have total?
13.
Okay, so half of your day's worth of willpower points on this one attack.
Yes, so I get because I succeeded at the sneak, I get another damage die, and because I'm using the Assassin ability with a knife, I get another damage die. So it's
see, this is why I was truly, honestly, like, I don't know if you can just beat these guys. You're powerful.
And then I get a boon, and then I get a boon on the attack.
Okay, so here we go.
Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna go for the brother, the second one, the one behind, not the one that Sir Quackenspire has been.
The big boy.
I don't know. Okay.
You're gonna go for Grim, who is the first one that jumped out because that's the side you're on. Like you have to cross the road. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, here we go. So I'm rolling my knives skill. Oh, 4 under 12.
Okay.
Ooh,
all right.
yeah.
So that is a success. Go ahead and give me damage.
Okay, so this is going to be 3d8 plus my... would I use my strength damage bonus or my agility damage bonus? I guess knives are agility, so I use my agility damage bonus.
Knives are agility. Okay.
All right, so...
It's just a damage die, right? For the knife?
Yeah, it's a damage die.
Making sure I have it
An
right.
additional damage die that you get based on how high your strength or agility is.
Oh, 19 points of damage.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So
my
Moonglowed
God.
McIntosh, still behaving like Paul Rudd in that scene from Wet Hot American Summer, emerges from the woods. It's like, oh God! But as he's sneaking up behind this, and he pulls out this long knife, and he just stabs this Minotaur in the kidneys.
In his back. Oh my God, that's huge, dude. Huge.
Right.
Oh yeah, and you
Wow.
can't because it was a snake eye. You can't dodge or parry if you were going to try to.
I wasn't going to. So there you go.
All right.
I was too much in the zone on the narrative. I was like, what? He doesn't even see him. How could he evade it? Perfect. And it says it by the rules. Here we go. Who is initiative number 2?
That would be Belfester the Blazing.
Belfester, the Blazing. Sorry, can I ask you, is it B-E-L-F, Belfester, or Belfester, B-E-L-T-H?
Fester with an F. And
Okay.
because he's
Pronounced
fancy.
with a TH.
But
Belfester.
Yeah, Belfester. Spelled B-E-L-F-E-S-T-R-E because he's fancy.
Oh my
God.
He's fans.
Oh,
I
that's
like
great.
it. I did not write it that way. I gotta edit this.
Well, then you better fix
R-E.
it. I went through a lot of different spellings. There were Y's, there were PH's, but this one felt both simple and elevated. Belfester.
Belfester, the
Like when people spell it
Blazing.
theatre. Belfester. Yeah.
Belfester. All right, now what do you do?
Okay, so, about how far away are we? Because I know we wanted
You're
to get
in
closer than melee.
So you aren't necessarily in melee. It's theater of the mind, but you're all pretty close. I would say Sir Quackenspire's in melee. Obviously, Moonglow's in melee. Other than that, you guys can just be within, a short reach.
Okay. I'm okay.
Tell me what you're thinking.
I want to stay near the back of the pack, right? I'm a mage.
Okay.
I'm a very old man. Sorry, duck. I'm a very
They can
old
get
duck.
to you very, very quickly in one swift move. So if you wanted to move back and then do a spell, you could do that, and that would keep you away from them.
Right, and my movement is. I have this. My movement is only 6. Yikes. Okay, my movement is 6. I'm gonna move 6 back.
6 meters
And-
back.
Yeah, just as far as I can back in one
Okay.
turn, which
Sounds
is only
good.
6. I'm 6 meters back, and Belfester's gonna say, the only thing I like better than my coin is roast beef. And he's going to cast. I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go Fire Blast, which is a rank 2 spell.
Okay.
And I'm going to power it up. I'm going to cast it at level 2, power level 2, which means that it's going to cost 3 more willpower. So this costs me 6 willpower. I have 19.
Okay. So
it
yeah, as
costs
a mage,
6.
you use a depleting resource willpower to cast your spells, just as non-magical heroes use willpower to use special abilities, heroic abilities. A mage uses it to cast spells, and you can get it back by resting. You also, if you run out of it, and I love this, you can choose to use your own health to power spells. You can start draining yourself to power spells if you get desperate.
so
Very
cool.
cool.
But I'm hoping not to do that yet. Okay, so I'm not going with my biggest spell yet. But I'm gonna go with my medium spell and cast Fire Blast at power level 2. So that is Fire Blast is 2d8. It can be dodged or parried.
Okay.
So So I roll 2.
Wait, who are you targeting? Is it an AoE?
I'm casting, so because I cast it at power level 2, that means I can either increase the damage by another d8, or I can do a twin spell. I could do 2 attacks, so I'm targeting
But it's still single target. It's not like it's blasting an area. It's not going to hit your allies. Everybody's close together here.
Single target.
Okay.
Yeah. It is a single target, and just powering it up creates another blast that hits another target within range. So since they're both in range, I'm targeting them both. Because I powered it up.
Okay, awesome.
Ooh, that's a 10 under 16. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, success. Give me damage.
Okay. That is awful. 2d8. I rolled 2s on both.
So that's 2d8 on one target and then 2d8 on the other target?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, sounds
so
good.
I rolled 4 on one of them. Or do we want to just do the same for both?
2d8 damage on a hit. Each power level beyond the first increases the damage by d8 or creates another blast that hits a target within range. No, just roll a separate roll. It's another blast. It's a different blast.
So let's say the first one I targeted is the one who's already been hit. So he got 4.
That's how I categorize. Yeah, that's how I did it.
4 fire damage and 8 and 7. 15 fire damage on the big boy.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, he's just casting these huge fireballs from his little
that is so
feathery
badass.
fingers.
I truly didn't know how this would go. That's amazing. Okay. Who is initiative number 3? That is Lionette. And that is
Careful,
Lionette.
Squire.
Yeah, careful, Squire.
Temperance.
Temperance.
Fortitude.
She's going to draw her sword and run and charge at the one that is like the most damaged right now, and attempt to make an attack. Here we go. Natty 17.
Oh, boy.
And so I'm going to have her push. Why not? Oh, no. NPCs cannot push their roll. I do not believe. So I'm going to say that she misses. Makes sense, though. She runs up, and she hits, and it just hits the haft of the great axe. And it's just like, clunk. And this Minotaur just looks at her and smiles as it is its turn.
No, Lionette.
Oh my God. It raises this great axe into the air, and it's going to do a cleaving chop. The beast swings its weapon over its head and brings it down with full force. Oh my God. Okay. He brings it up, and it can be evaded. But she just went. Right? Yes.
Can she parry?
Are we talking about Lionette?
And it can be parried. This can be parried. It says it specifically, but she
already went.
Because it's so deadly. But she already went. So she comes up, conk, and he goes, and comes down with this Johnski.
Oh no. Lionette.
What is it? How much does her
I
armor
rolled so
protect
many
her?
maxes.
Yeah, how
It is
good's that armor?
21 points of damage. And it just... And this axe gets embedded in her chest. It goes straight through her mail. And this burst of blood runs up the axe. And you can tell immediately she is going to die in seconds. And he shakes her body off of the axe. And it just goes limp and collapses onto the ground. Holy shit. And he raises the axe back again, and its blood is dripping off the edge of it. And he goes, "Who's next?" And that would be initiative number 5. Who is that?
Yeah, I'm next. But
You're
I'm
next.
Terrified.
He points at Liz.
Oh my God.
Lionette.
Good night, my sweet squire. You shall not have died in vain.
We barely knew ye.
I don't know what to... Okay, how much damage did Moonglow do?
Moonglow did 19 points of damage, and
that guy was still standing?
Belfester did
more.
4 points to that.
And that Minotaur is still up.
The Minotaur's still up, yes. I mean, he looks badly hurt. Badly hurt. So this was the stat that I was going to bring up before, that I was thinking of before. I'll just say it now. Well, we'll look behind the screen. We're learning the game as we play. One of the most major things that makes monsters really tough is armor, because you have to do. It's like DR. You have to do over a certain amount to even hit them at all. These Minotaurs have a good chunk of HP and no armor, so everything is going through.
Okay.
But they have a lot of HP compared to you guys.
Yeah, I guess I just have to try and... I'm just gonna go for a stab, I guess. That's all I got.
Okay.
I got a knife. It's a little jewel-encrusted knife, though. There's a nice, beautiful little ruby at the end. And I'm gonna try and just go shink right under the armpit as they raise their hands up, their axe in the air. Let's see if I can even hit, though. It's an okay stat.
Okay stat? Okay.
It's okay. 4 under 14.
Well,
Nice.
14's great.
Oh,
Well, not
yeah,
great,
okay.
but it's good.
I mean,
It's solid.
as I said, it's okay.
You're right.
It's
You're right. It's when you say okay, I think 10 or 11. 14's pretty damn good. All right, roll damage.
Okay.
This
All
is
right,
big.
damage.
You get a big roll here. This could make all the difference.
This is just a knife. This is no crazy damage dealer. It's 4.
4 points of damage. Okay.
4 more. We'll stack them on.
Did you add your agility
And
damage bonus?
And I am.
I have no damage bonus from agility.
I am initiative 6, which puts me with Grum, the other one, the heavier set one, as the big belly sticking out, and is in melee with Sir Quackenspire. Here it comes. So I'm going to roll. Forgot to mention this. So I roll to see what attack they do. You don't always have to do that, but I like doing that. This is amazing. Oh, this is amazing. It raises up a hoof and just wham kicks you with the hoof. You may evade if you like, because you haven't gone yet, but you had to take a bane on evade because you have your heavy armor. So here we go. Bam! It actually, it makes contact and kicks you.
I think you have to evade before the damage roll if you do, right? Oh no, that's for parrying.
That makes sense. Why would you wait to see how bad it is before you evade?
Before you
would
can
have
evade.
to evade.
I will accept the blow. A knight
accept.
never shirks from his responsibility, especially when he caused this combat. So, hit me with your worst.
This is actually worse than I expected. You might have wanted more damage. It knocks you 6 meters away and knocks you prone, and you take 6 points of damage. But what is your armor negation?
My armor rating is 6.
Is 6, okay. Plus your shield, right? You have a shield, don't you?
So does
Isn't
this
that-
damage his hoof or something?
I'm sorry. Helm. Doesn't your helm say +1?
Yes, so technically I'm 7. Yeah.
Yes, you are 7. So you take no damage, but it knocks you away, and I guess I could see if it breaks its hoof off on your armor.
Mess him up.
You know what? I will take your armor as damage to me. I kind of like that. I'll reduce it a little bit, but I'll take that as and it hurts its own hoof as it hits you, and takes a little bit of damage, and that is its turn. And now it's Sir Quackenspire, but you're hit to the ground 6 meters away. This sucks.
So
It's thrilling.
Can I stand up and charge and still attack, or am I too far away to even do that?
Yeah, I think what is your movement?
Right, my movement is 10.
All right, so you have the movement, but yeah, so all you could really do is stand up and get back in the fight, I believe. I am not sure if standing up is its own move action.
You definitely want to stand up, because otherwise you get that extra damage against you.
Right. Well, I'll definitely stand up, and I will move as close back to the combat as I can.
Yeah, so you can stand up and you can get right back in melee with him, but you can't attack this round.
Right. And I do have a shield, but I'm assuming that's what goes into my original armor rating. Because it says I have a shield on my...
The shield doesn't factor into your armor rating. Primarily, the shield is used to parry. It is a much better parrying tool than a sword.
I see, so it doesn't...
and a shield is the only way that you can ever parry a ranged attack.
Okay, so stand/crouch, you can drop to the ground or get up as part of your movement. These are free actions and do not affect your movement.
Huge! Thank you, Josephine. I could not find that.
Awesome.
That is enormous.
So does that mean I can make it
now
back?
You can get up, run back into the fray, and get an attack in. Holy crap!
Now the one
I mean, that's what I just read. Okay.
Now you could change your target if you want. You're within 6 meters of both of them. They're just in slightly different directions. So there's the one seems really hurt, and the other one that's not very hurt at all.
As a veteran of combat, I choose to go for the wounded one, even though the other one wounded my pride. I take the better decision here and go for the one that I think I can take out.
Okay, fantastic. And the one that you're not attacking, the one that kicked you, is just going, oh, son of a bitch.
You wait right there, sir.
You wait right there, sir. All right, so you're going at Grim. Here we go.
I got a 17, and I was supposed over a 16.
All right, so do you want to miss this round, or do you want to push then you would get a bane on all your attacks the rest of this combat?
The rest of this combat?
No.
But what if it's the killing blow? Would it be worth it to get rid of this group? Remember, we're drawing new initiative. It could go first next round.
If it's just for this combat, I'm pushing. I'm pushing.
Yeah, I think kill it. We can do damage. I can do massive damage.
I'm pushing. Yes, I got a 3.
Okay.
I'm rolling for damage now. And 5 damage. I add it with both die. With my strength bonus, and I rolled kind of crappily, but 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
Joe's like, not enough.
5 damage is awesome. All right, here we go. New round. Shuffling. Initiative cards.
This shuffle initiative every round. We encounter this with Deadlands too. It really can change a combat. Can swing a combat from one direction.
It's so fun though. It's like
it can swing
really,
big time.
Really
all right,
cool.
Here we go. First, we're going to go around the horn, starting once again with Moonglow. Moonglow, 7. Oh no!
Bad news for Moonglow.
Oh no! Blizz, 3. Who's next? Sir Quackenspire, 5. Oh no, you got an 8, Mary Lou. 8.
No.
I've got. I'm not going to draw for Lionette. She's down, and we'll just do it at the top of the round. We'll do her death rolls. But I got a 6 and a 1. So the heavy set 1 is going to go first, and is going to not in melee with anybody right now. So.
Is it the first guy?
That's the one that kicked me?
This is the one that kicked him. He gets his feet under him again, and I got this right. Yeah, sorry. He gets his feet under him again, and he moves to Matthew's character. Here we go. So he's going to move over to Matthew's character, who had stabbed his brother in the back. You stabbed my brother in the back! And he comes up to you. No! I rolled the worst attack. Oh, this is awesome. Oh my God, this is awesome. He leaps into the air. Boom! It comes down on top of you. Both hooves. And Ken...
You could evade this.
Well,
Joe,
yes.
that's not awesome.
I don't think I can because are these monsters?
You can evade monsters. You can't parry monsters, I believe.
Yeah.
It says monsters attacks cannot be dodged unless noted. Am I reading? Am I wrong?
Oh, really?
Unless noted?
Yeah.
Well,
Unless noted.
Okay,
oh,
then
shit.
note it. Note it.
I evade and let it be noted in your log.
Oh man,
I'm
monster
sorry. I
attacks
guess I got
as
that
well.
wrong.
They can't be dodged either. Damn.
Yeah, so I'm curious, like, what the difference is between a monster and anything else you face. Sorry, I'm just not really
let me just confirm
up
this.
to speed enough on this.
Yeah, we can't dodge or parry them. That's rough.
Yeah, as
That's
a rule,
really
monster
rough.
attacks can... Oh, no, I'm sorry, I read it wrong. As a rule, monster attacks can be dodged. Unless
Yeah.
otherwise... Yeah, can be dodged. Okay, great.
Wow, so you read it the exact opposite.
Yes,
of what it says.
it was very small type, and I was
There are
and I was
fans of
worried
this
for
game
my life.
watching this right now. They're pulling their hair out, Matthew.
Well, I was worried for my life, so I made mistakes.
Yeah,
I
it's fair, it's
panicked.
fair.
I panicked.
All right. However, my evade is terrible, so we'll see. It may not make a difference anyway.
All right, go ahead. Roll evade before I roll damage.
You should.
2 under 8.
Get the hell out of here. All right, what is your initiative?
6. No, 7.
6.
7.
7, huge. All right, so I'm turning it over. Your turn. You're not getting your turn this round, but it leaps up, and you. Oh, this is so cool looking. You roll out of the way, and it just and the earth shakes.
Oh, and he just slides a little bit with the least amount of effort possible, and this minotaur
Oh my god,
comes
like
crashing in.
like that hideous orc in Return of the King when like the big stone is coming, and he just like steps like one little step out of the way, and it's boom down next to him. Here we go. That is his turn. Next is number 3.
I've never been so happy for a natural 2 in my life.
Right?
Okay.
Who drew 3? Oh, that's
Me.
Blizz. Okay.
I guess I'll just try to stab this guy again. The first dude.
Okay.
The one that I just stabbed under the armpit. I'm just gonna go for some. I'm gonna keep shanking.
Okay.
Or I'll attempt to. Here we go. Yes, 8 under 14.
Okay.
And the damage is 3. Look, over time,
3
it's gonna do
points of
something.
We're
damage.
whittling them down.
Amazing.
And can I also just like say, as a free action, just yield, and I'm just like poking him repeatedly with this dagger. Say yield.
Okay. Do you want to move at all?
I think if I move away from him, he can get a free attack on me, which I don't want.
I don't think so. I don't think that's in this game. It might be. Is that
I think
a thing?
it is. I just read it
Okay, you just read it?
when I was going over
Free
movement for
attack?
the standing and
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
I was
free
looking
attack,
at
yes. Okay, great.
So I'll stay there. I'm just telling him, I am just saying yield.
You can move. You can move, and you can make an evade roll if you want to move. But
Oh yeah, sure. I'm not gonna risk it.
Okay. Who is number 5?
'Tis I.
Sir
right.
Quackenspire.
So, I do have a bane, but remember, my spear skills are quite high. So,
You got to take the worst result. Roll twice, take the higher number.
yeah,
Missed.
about that.
Are you serious?
I got.
You didn't roll
I got a demon.
Oh, no. All right.
Sometimes you
Demon.
gotta take risks in life, okay?
All right. Jason, give me a D6 roll. Give me a D6 roll quick.
Oh, Sir
3.
Quackenspire.
3. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. So you miss, and is it a sword? No, spear.
Spear.
You miss it. You stab the spear, and it moves its leg out of the way. In the last moment, you're trying to like plunge it into its thigh, and you go past it. Your spear plunges into the ground, and you cannot get it out without succeeding at a strength roll, which you have a bane on, and it counts as an action. So your spear is lodged into the ground. Phenomenal. That is Sir Quackenspire's turn. Yes, go
I
ahead.
do have a sword, though. So, I mean,
Yes.
could I just use that for the next
Yeah,
round?
that's a free
Yeah.
action.
If I
Yeah.
survive.
So you just leave the spear and
Yeah.
draw this. I forgot to do the death roll for Lionette.
Lionette.
fail.
Natural 18. So that's one check.
She has 3, right?
Yeah, she has 3. And then it is the other one's turn. And this is the one that you have beat to shit. And it's bleeding and it's got dagger wounds and it's under its armpit. And it's just like, Grum, they're not worth it. There's no glory here. I'm running. I'm going. And Grum's like, no, I can destroy all of them. Glory. And he's like, no, stop being stupid. And he turns and runs off into the woods.
Do we get to?
Do we get a free shot?
Get a free attack on him?
Sure.
Because I was engaged.
I don't know.
With him,
I don't know how it works. For whatever reason, I have a blind spot for this.
He needs
you have to
evade.
disengage.
Oh, I need to roll an evade.
Yeah, but I could get one too, right? Even though oh no, I'm no longer standing within 2 meters. That's what I do when you evade. You step out of that range.
Right, right. Yes, I think so.
Yeah, if you can evade me, then he can just leave as usual. Otherwise, I'll get a free attack.
Yeah, well then let me roll. His evade is not great, but let me roll. Dragon.
Okay, well, all right, bye.
There was natural one. So yeah, for whatever reason, he gets away. I think it's more of a story reason. Maybe you're like, oh, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
And he just like barks off, and fast forwarding a little bit, the other one is just going to run off as well. Grim, go back here! Oh, you coward! What is wrong with you? And they start running off along the riverbank into the brush and out of sight. You truly roughed them up. That was like crazy. Crazy.
Oh, Belfester, we just hired her. Is there anything you can do to help?
There is something I can do.
Sorry, I'm going to do another one. Here we go. Another roll. Dragon. So that's a success.
Okay,
so 1 and 1.
I am pointing to Lionette here, yeah.
Yes. All I need to do is kindle the fire within her soul. And I want to cast, or not cast, but I want to roll healing, which I have a 16 in.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Wow.
That's a 6 under 16.
Ooh.
6 under 16. Okay, so you knit this wound, at least for the moment, and give her the ability to get back up. Now, isn't that like a D6 of hit points or something is what she gets?
It's a D6, yes. So you stop making death rolls and recover D6 HP.
Okay.
So go ahead and give me a D6 roll, and I'll give her some HP back.
2. Congratulations.
Okay,
Should
so
we
she comes back up. Oh no.
Well, that
And
was
there's
your
blood
first
coming out the
spell.
side of her mouth. She says, Sir Quackenspire, I failed you.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, it is I that has failed you. But come. You are now conscious again. We can continue this quest for your family.
Yes, sir. And she starts to get up, and she's just like really wavering on her feet. She's got 2 hit points and would need to rest some time to recover some. I believe if she...
Did anyone else take damage?
No.
She can recover another 2d6 if you take a stretch rest, which is just 15 minutes. So that's a no-brainer.
I want to recover my willpower anyway. So
yeah, but we only get 1 per. Like none of us need it. Can she just like rest on a piggyback ride or something while we continue?
Blizz is ruthless.
I don't understand. What do you mean you only get 1? What does that mean?
You get 1 per shift. Like if we take a stretch rest, that's our only stretch rest, and some of us don't need to heal.
But yeah, but you could the time could pass and you could not heal. Like that's fine.
Oh, okay. It's
like it's not like you have to just like stay
individual.
running. I don't think I think it's mechanically just meant so that you're not constantly healing yourself all the way up easily within 6 hours.
I thought we all had to like rest in order to do it. I didn't realize.
No,
I mean it's a stretch. It's 15 minutes. If she just stretches and gets some medical attention while you guys attend to other things, whatever, you will not get the benefits of hit points or willpower points. But so you could save that ability for later.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you want to recover them now, you can. I mean, this is a one-shot. We're wrapping up pretty soon.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're right.
But I appreciate your...
What do you mean? I thought we were playing for 72 hours!
Yeah, you said 72 hours.
I wish.
Sir Quackenspire has to recover from his exhausted condition, right? So
That's right. So yeah, if you want to use a shift rest, you're
stretch.
going to recover from that condition.
Yeah, I'm going to do a stretch to recover some willpower myself.
Yeah. I suppose
okay.
I will then.
Do I want to?
Willpower recovered.
Oh, you
I'm
can,
deciding
you can
whether-
spend the stretch rest healing her.
Yeah, I'm deciding whether I want to recover my D6 willpower or try and help her heal.
So she gets 2d6?
Yeah, I think I'm going to help her heal because I have 19 willpower and I spent 6, so I'm at 13, but That's pretty dang good.
Oh,
ouch.
no.
You get
Matthew
one willpower
healed,
back.
Moonglow healed 1 hit point. On
One willpower.
1 willpower point, sorry, on a d6.
Damn.
I'd love to roll a healing roll to see if I can help Lionette recover a little more.
Okay.
You could always do your
4 under 16.
Okay, so then she gets 2d6 to heal.
2d6 instead of 1d6.
And then you could
Which
always...
I already rolled. And I rolled
okay.
I rolled an 8.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
so another...
So
okay,
she's at
great.
11 hit points, which is 1 off of her max. So
You could
Great.
always do a round rest, though, right? You could use your round rest the once per shift to get your willpower back if you're trying to get a d6 of willpower.
mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But I figured I might
Okay.
want that in combat. Oh,
No,
yes,
no,
I
yeah, I
did.
mean Mary Lou, yeah.
I'm gonna do mine right now then. Woo! 2. Okay, I get 2 back. That's better than nothing. Did my round
Okay.
rest.
Let's move on, and sort of like limping
Yeah.
along is Lionette, but she's staying with it, keeping her head in the game as you guys continue over the bridge and up this road to the north, which leads inexorably to a clearing that opens up 100 meters in every direction. There's no trees. It's kind of like a meadow with a slowly sloping, rising hill that comes up in the middle of it. And near the top of that hill is a circle of standing stones.
Ooh.
Classic. A circle of... Love a good standing stone circle. What do you do? Make it fast. We're
right,
running out of time. Be
All right, I'm gonna
dramatic.
do a little scope out. Let me scope
Give me
it
an
out real
awareness
quick.
roll.
I do a
4
spot
under
hidden?
16.
4 under 16, you look around and all you see are chirping birds and wildlife and not a single threat in sight.
Well,
Can I do a
this
spot
must
hidden?
be it.
Yes.
Me too.
15 over 11. So. All clear.
You you said 15 over 11? Okay, so you do not see anything. Anybody else?
Oh, should
I
I have
rolled it.
done spot hidden instead of
try.
awareness? No. Anyway.
No, don't worry about it.
I rolled a demon in spot hidden, so
Okay, so you don't see
things
anything.
look great to me.
Things look great. It's just a calm
Yeah.
meadow.
I rolled a 12 over a 4, so Sir Quackenspire
Oh my god.
says,
All right.
all is calm and safe here. He like walks into the middle of the stone circle,
Yeah.
completely confident.
You really
what
look
I
like a
said.
walking duck right there. The over the top, like lifting the webbed feet. It's amazing. All right, so Sir Quackenspire approaches the standing stones, and as you get to the top, you notice a stone that lies flat, unlike the standing stones. All the standing stones are like human-sized, basically, like the size of a person. And they're arrayed around in a circle. There might be 18 of them arrayed around in this circle. In the center of the circle, you see just below some overgrowth, weeds, grass, some soil, you see what looks to be an ancient stone slab that is circular in shape and, maybe 2 or 3 meters wide.
This must be it, right?
It has to be. Do we look for the symbol of? Is the symbol
You see
anywhere?
no sign. You see no sign of the symbol anywhere. And Lionette will walk up to it, she starts rubbing away weeds, pulling weeds and soil away, and she says, looks up at you with hopeful eyes. This is it. This must be it. And her fingers run over an engraving in the stone that seems to be in a language she doesn't understand. She's pulling it away, and she can't really make it out. Maybe it's an older language.
But where is the treasure?
I do love
Where is
treasure.
the treasure?
It must be within.
Perhaps the language will say something about the treasure. I have a 12 in languages. I'm gonna roll. And I rolled a 17 over 12, so no.
Okay. Well, yeah,
you can push it if you'd like.
Actually,
for
shits and giggles, Moonglow rolled a success. 3 under 5.
Oh, on languages? Okay, so maybe Moonglow, maybe this is some sort of like Wolfkin language that you recognize. Like, was this placed here by Wolfkin? And
with your grandfather a wolf, Lionette?
And it reads like a poem, like lines of a poem.
It's a poem.
It says, "Springtime buds and flowers bright, summer's sun and balmy night, autumn leaves in vibrant glow, winter's snow and icy woe. Springtime buds and flowers bright, summer's sun and balmy night, autumn leaves in vibrant glow, winter's snow and icy woe." And as you're examining this, you notice that the slab is sitting on top of something on the ground. Like there's a seam at the bottom of the circular stone slab. Like it could be moved, but it's extremely heavy. It's very large. It's only a couple inches thick, but it's, like I said, about 2 meters wide.
Well,
perhaps if we all pushed it together.
Yes, perhaps we should. I mean, what is that? The poem is pretty, but doesn't mean anything.
Well, it's
Mary Lou. I saw you read it. Do you have the whole text?
No, but I probably could. I have a weird thing with memory. So, springtime buds. Okay, no, I don't have it.
Joe, could you read it one more time?
Springtime buds.
Springtime buds and flowers bright. Summer's sun and balmy night. Autumn leaves in vibrant glow. Winter's snow and icy woe.
So all of them are good except for the winter one.
Winter's sun and icy glow.
No, winter's snow in icy woe.
Autumn leaves in vibrant glow.
Sorry. Winter's snow.
All right, somebody give me some strength rolls here to try to move this slab.
Let's do it.
Just straight strength.
Straight strength.
Let's move this thing. Come on now, all together.
5 under 18.
12 under 15.
18 strength?
I've been 18 strength. Rolled for it, baby.
Holy smokes, that's amazing.
1 under 15.
Wow.
Ooh.
All right, so you guys get together and
finally got a good roll.
Yeah, Moonglow and Sir Quackenspire just...
Can someone else do this for me? Fine.
You push this thing out of the way and you see there is a stone, almost like a well, that is built underneath it and descends down into darkness. There is a ratty rope ladder that is attached to the top of this well and descends down into darkness.
Can I roll a myths and legends to see if I recognize the poem?
Yeah, me too. This poem is like...
skip it. I'll say no, you don't recognize the poem.
Okay.
All right, well, we've got to go down. Squire, after you, my dear.
Oh.
Lionette, that's you.
Thank you for this honor. It is very dark. I'm afraid I am without a torch. Do any of you have a torch?
I have something better. And I want to cast my magic trick, Light.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
And how does that manifest?
So it makes the light of here. I wrote it down, but I'm pretty sure it's the light like a lantern. What's it called? It's just called Light, the magic trick.
It shines from a focus of your choice. So you could just like put it on her armor or something and it could shine from her.
Yes. Okay,
and
great.
It shines 10 meters. Yeah, 10 meter radius. So nice big radius. All right, so you put it on her and she's just like amazed by this. So, I mean, today started out so depressing for her. Then she almost died, but she has this amazing crew of people that are helping her find these secrets to this old family heirloom. She starts to descend the rope ladder.
That rope ladder looks like it was falling.
And the rope ladder snaps.
Oh!
And she, boom, down to the bottom. She takes 6 points of damage. And,
since she's lit up, how far down?
How far it is, I believe.
Does it look?
Sorry, let me get the exact number here. 5 meters. 5 meter fall. So she goes, and not enough to take her out, obviously, but we can see it from her perspective. She lands in there and looks to the left and looks to the right, and she sees closed wooden doors. One with a flower, one with a sun, one with a leaf, and one with a snowflake, I believe. And the where was it? I apologize.
I love this.
Yeah, it's a snowflake.
Got it.
So classic. Yeah.
And there's a body, like a dead body, 3 meters away from her, and she's like, and she pushes herself away from it, like up against a wall, and this like magical light is just kind of glowing. So the rest of you can make a leap down, aware now of the danger. You can make a leap and avoid damage / use your own methods to get in there. I'm not going to nickel and dime you on it because we're out of time, but
we're heading down. Yeah,
you guys all get down into this place. And you start looking around, and that musty smell of a place that hasn't been opened in some time comes through your nostrils. You notice that these symbols are on the door: a flower, a sun, a leaf, and a snowflake. And you just gotta have to determine what you do next.
Okay,
and there's a body. So this body, if you investigate the body, is actually a dark figure clad in dark armor that give me a healing roll.
I'll do that. Ooh, 17 over 16.
Oh no.
But since we're at the end, I'll push it. And I got a 19. So
no.
I got a 5.
Okay.
I got a 5 and my healing is 5. Is that
Yeah, that counts. All right, so it can definitely be Moonglow that determines that this person was wearing male armor and was armed with a sword. You can see the sword lying right next to the body, and was stabbed through the back with a sword, it looks like. That was the method of death, and has not been dead longer than maybe a month.
Wow.
So it's a relatively new intrusion into this place.
A would-be grave robber. How dare they?
Is it a long
don't
sword?
say that so quickly because
It is a broadsword, a
would like to rob
chainmail,
this grave.
and a backpack, and everything's kind of still in decent condition.
And Belfast,
Except
you're
any
now
food or rations or anything are gone. At that moment, we see. Apologies, Belfester the Bold. You start to feel a strange tickle on your webbed feet.
Oh no.
You guys feel that?
As you
On the
look
ground?
down, you see hundreds and hundreds of centipedes start crawling up your leg and up into you and under your robes. You have to make what is called a fear roll. This is like a standard thing across the game. Fear is something that you have to roll a will against, and if you succeed, you're fine. If you fail, you roll on a random fear table for what happens to you.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
That's just... Now.
Centipede.
I rolled a demon.
I rolled a dragon.
Oh my god!
we're all
It's only
rolling?
her.
Rolling?
No, only. Yeah.
I rolled a demon.
You rolled a demon.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I'm scared of
okay.
bugs.
I'm scared of bugs.
And I think you're angry right now, right? Because you pushed your healing roll. So you should have. You
did
should
push my
be
healing roll,
angry
yes. So
as
I'm
well.
angry. I hate bugs. Oh. That's what he does when he's angry. He quacks.
That was incredible, Mary Lou. Incredible.
Thank you.
How
That's
often does
amazing.
one get to pull out like an impeccable duck like that?
Yeah.
Not often enough.
Okay, so Mary Lou, give me a D8.
Okay. An 8.
wild panic. In a fit of utter panic, you flee the scene as fast as you can. On your next turn, you must dash away from the source of your fear. Make another will roll on a subsequent turn to stop running and act normally. So let's just say for the moment that you just start like running around. And you guys see this. You don't know what's happening. She just said, do you feel that? And then she just started running around like crazy.
Oh my God.
The bugs!
God, what's happening?
The bugs!
Oh, no, there are no bugs. Keep it together, Belfester. Come on. Oh my God. Can somebody stop
you
her?
look down. You look down and you see that there's no bugs.
Okay. Some bout of madness has taken over Belfester, but that doesn't stop us from what we're here for. I'm sure he'll snap out of it eventually.
When Belfester happens to run by, if he happens to run by Moonglow, can Moonglow just try to slap him across the face to get him to
No,
snap
he's
out?
fine. He's fine.
Oh,
Belfester's fine. You snap out of it after a minute. Yeah, like if it had happened in the midst of combat, it could be very deadly. But this is out of combat at the moment. But so you see these 4 doors: one to the north, one to the east, one to the south, one to the west. The one to the east is a flower.
Okay,
the one to
what
the
was
south
that?
is
Tell us that poem again, Moonglow.
Springtime
buds and flowers bright. Summer sun
and balmy night. Autumn leaves in vibrant glow. Winter snow in icy woe.
That one's bad. Don't.
Okay,
whatever you do, don't open the winter door.
Wait,
I don't want to
please.
see any icy woe here.
Just to save time, because I don't want to do any extra effort here. Could you use that ability again and know where the best treasure is now that we're at a crossroads?
Well, even though the treasure might be behind a better door, that doesn't mean that there's an order that we have to do things in. But yes, let me see. And the way that I should have described this earlier when I used Treasure Hunter, because I will use it again, is that like I whistle a little tune, and it's like little birds chirp back to me, and in the direction that pulls me that way. And so I whistle that little tune, and
you hear the squealing of rats telling you that, of course, behind the snowflake is the greatest treasure.
Oh.
Well, I know it didn't sound so great, icy woe and all of that, but I do think that is where our treasure lies. Animals, they wouldn't lie to me.
That must be where it is. And she starts to walk toward the door.
Whoa, Lion. This is how you got yourself in this situation. I like to pull her back.
And by the way, that body, I'm sorry, is right out front of that northern door. Out front of the,
probably. Right.
So she walks up to it, and you tell her to stop. She stops and turns around and looks at you with wide eyes.
Clearly, there must be a method to our approach. It must lie within this little poem that you have read.
Is the door unlocked?
Are you gonna go up and check it?
No, I just...
the doors are unlocked, yeah.
If it is unlocked, I can, with my magic trick, I can open it from 10 meters away.
Okay.
Should we perhaps open each door in the order of the poem? Still enter the winter door, but open them all in that order.
Oh, that
they're all unlocked.
A little more.
Sounds like extra work, but it does seem wise.
It seems like these poems.
You don't have.
In my
or perhaps
days of
it just
adventuring.
means. Perhaps it just means that door is the most dangerous, and that's the order of danger, but also the greater the treasure.
It's possible, or there is a method to bypass whatever trap may be laid. You don't have any icy magic tricks, do you?
Unfortunately, my specialties lie in the blaze, in fire.
That's right, we do know that. Sure, yes, why don't we open one at a time with your little tricks, but I do imagine we should stand back as these doors open.
So, okay, we'll start with maybe Spring. We'll start with Spring.
And we're gonna step away from the doors as they are.
Is this a magic trick? Open,
this
close?
This is a magic trick. Open, close. I can
and it costs you 1 willpower point, so you're gonna use 3 willpower points before the snowflake door, and then a 4th willpower point on the snowflake door. That's the plan?
Okay, well, now you're making it seem like a bad idea.
No. I'm just clarifying to the audience that, and also like to make sure that even though these are tricks, they do cost something.
Yes, they do cost 1 willpower. So it cost me 1 willpower to do that light, which I'm now regretting because we could have just done a lantern. But
do you reach out to the flower?
Yes.
From almost 10 meters away. That's about as much space as you have in this place.
Okay.
So you back up all the way back to the leaf door. It's like, ooh. You reach across and cast the spell, and this wooden door opens and you see a coffin inside of it. And then you turn and you cast at the door with the sun to the south. It opens up and there's a coffin inside of it. And then you step back away from the leafy door and open up the leaf door. You step away from the leaf door to open the leaf door. And you open it up, and there are 4 coffins in it. And then you go to open the snow door, the snowflake door, and click. It opens up, and inside you see a dais that is going up to a beautiful stone coffin, and over the coffin is a sheet. On the wall behind it, hanging, is a shield with the checkered red symbol that sits on Lionette's surcoat, and it is glowing with incredible magic. And we're just going to summary to the end here. So, we ran out of time, but let me summary to the end. You guys, and Jason, you nailed it. You got the trap. If you open any door but the spring door first,
nice.
All of the ancient ghosts of these buried people come and attack you at once. It's like instant death if you open any other door first. So I was fully prepared to end this scenario with a hand wave TPK if you opened any other door first, because it truly is. It is a ghost, 2 skeletons, 6 skeletons, a ghost, and then the boss knight, which is just crazy.
Wow, nice.
But that magical shield is something that you can take away, okay? Because, and it's awesome. The magical shield is, it has built within it Dispel, Magic Shield, and Magic Seal at power level 3. Which is wild.
That's awesome.
And then we'll fast forward and say that because you did this in the right way, the enemies do not rise to attack you. We're just going to kind of hand wave it. And as you open up the coffin, and also they would have attacked you if Lionette did not survive to this place. So since she's there, it makes it easy for you. And so good job saving her.
Thank God.
I was so scared when that Minotaur laid into her.
Damn.
So you push open the coffin lid, which is extremely heavy. She finds her family heirloom, the ring. There is a magical sword inside, buried, that she says that you can take. Also, around the skull of her grandfather is a golden headband with jewels encrusted all inside of it. This is imbued with farsight, divination, scrying, magic seal, and permanence, all at power level 2. Just
give me that crown.
Give me that goddamn crown.
You already have magic.
But even as you go through all these other things, I think it's safe to say that the most valuable thing that you find is the shield.
Wow.
For on the shield is inscribed, once it's actually, you don't need to translate it, sort of from your family, handed down, and maybe this lore never really reached you, or it's written kind of in code so that it's difficult for you to understand. Written within the shield is a puzzle of keys. 3 keys that are needed to open the gates of power to an ancient dwarven city. And then a poem underneath tells you how to use the keys. On the heart side, moonshine bright. Sleek ebony, the eye's delight. From the shell, each season calls, opening the dwarven halls.
Ooh.
And that is where we're going to wrap it up. This is the open to this major campaign, which I've taken a lot of liberties with to make it short for everybody. But that's the basic premise when you start is 3 keys to unlock something you don't even understand. And it unlocks tons of adventure, multiple locations, multiple huge maps. It'll probably take you a year or two to finish this thing, depending on how often you play. Major adventure. So please support the creators and writers of Dragonbane by going out and picking this thing up, trying it out. It looks like an incredible adventure. It's a big-time sandbox. Like, I had to wedge a lot of things in here to fit it into 2 hours, but you can take your time and do it in all kinds of different and interesting ways so that there's no railroading. It's super open. It's really cool the way it's written. So anyway, thank you guys so much. You were amazing.
Thank you.
It's wonderful
really
to play
cool
with you and to play Dragonbane again. And we'll see you soon, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic Gen Con, whether you're here or not. And we'll see you next time. So take it easy, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.